Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 3x3's podcast. I do believe that this is episode 10. I am your host, Uneducated Videos, also known as Talus. We have our co-hosts here, Riesling Made Zero, also known as David.
Yes, sir.
And Seppi, also known as Coleman.
Hello.
All right. This week on the podcast, we are going to be doing 3x3's, our video game 3x3's, and our anime 3x3's. A 3x3 is essentially nine things that we like to show our tastes. It's just set in a nice little square, though, so it looks pretty. I'll put them on screen when they happen. We're going to start with the anime.
Start with anime?
Who do we want to start with?
Well, seeing as you're the
your idea,
channel
right?
owner, you should probably start.
Well, I didn't really want to start because I know some of the anime I have is going to be similar to other people's, and I feel like it holds more close of a connection to you.
Fine, I get it. I'll go first, okay? Don't be upset, alright? So, for my anime, we're starting with anime, right?
Yeah.
Anime, cool. Bada bing, bada boom.
Do you still have a voice change on? Because you sound weird.
No.
Okay, it kind of sounded robotic when you were talking. I don't know, something was on.
I don't know,
His
it's not
mic
going to
did
sound
that
robotic on my
last week.
recording, so...
It kind of sounds scratchy sometimes.
It's fine. It's
As long
not
as
going
it's
to be
fine
on the recording, so we're all good. Hopefully. I'll check it back.
Alright, so if you want to post your
30.
3x3. Alright. You know what?
So...
Yeah, that's pretty similar.
So, I don't know about the bottom middle. I don't know if you can show that on YouTube, but...
Alright, that's fine.
Okay, cool. So, obviously, pretty good animes, right? Shown.
Well, if you would like to name them off in order for everybody.
Okay, so, in order, top left, Record Ragnarok. Top middle, Nagatoro. Top right, Gate. Middle left, Bunny Girl Senpai. Middle, One Punch Man. Middle right, To Your Eternity. Bottom left is Soma Spider So What. Bottom middle is Tokyo Revengers. And bottom right is ReZero.
Alright. I have at least seen one episode of all but two of these.
Yeah?
Yeah. Alright, so I suppose we'll start off with Record of Ragnarok.
Yes, sir. Record Ragnarok. Very great show. People online have just, disliked it. And I thought it was a very good anime.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, I'd say if you want to give it's your list, you give all your thoughts on it.
I don't know. I don't get what people say it's so bad about. It's very hype. It's a very hype anime. Kind of like a couple of the other ones on this list, but yeah, I very much enjoy it. I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts on it because I don't know if you guys agree or not.
So I will say, spoiler alert, one of mine is also Record of Ragnarok.
Same.
So
okay, you could have waited.
So therefore, we all have Record of Ragnarok on our list. It is absolutely phenomenal. I deeply am in love with this. I am completely caught up with the manga. It is just, it's humans versus gods in a tournament. The whole anime is a tournament arc. How do you not love that? It is marvelous. Between the fighting and then the backstory of the characters and the designs and just everything about it, I love it. People were definitely upset about the anime, but that's purely because when you adapt a very popular manga into an anime, people are going to become nitpicky.
Well, I also think a lot of it was we were seeing the manga reader's perspective on the anime because we read the manga compared to seeing somebody who's just an anime person.
Sword.
Shut up. Compared to somebody who's just an anime person watching, and be like, yeah, it's good anime. Compared to going from manga to the anime and being like, oh, it's not as good, bleh, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Still great. Still amazing. Great. 10 out of 10. Well, maybe not that.
10 out of
Still
10.
Great though.
Would watch again. Actually, I probably need to read it. I haven't read it yet.
Season 2 has been announced, so that's pretty epic.
Oh, it has. Fuck.
It's been
I'm
confirmed.
pretty sure it's been confirmed.
Oh, dude.
Very exciting. Very exciting. I'm in love with.
Yeah,
that.
we were waiting for Netflix to get the whatever license for it.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the second anime, Nagatoro.
Nagatoro.
Now, Nagatoro.
Very
Don't bully me, Miss Nagatoro. Now, the thing about this
cool.
is this is on my list and is very high up on my
Okay,
list.
so
as
just,
well.
I mean, yeah. So I
want to.
shut up. This is my turn.
I was gonna say I want to hear you.
Okay.
So,
I say it's my 3x3 and you're just talking about it. I'm like, man, I guess I don't get to go. Anyways, Nagatoro, very, very good, wholesome, one might say, anime. Apparently, I need to read the manga. I've only read the manga for 2 of these, and even technically 3 kind of ish. But yeah, Nagatoro, one of my favorites, obviously, it's on my list. I personally like it. A lot of people didn't like this one either because like, oh, the bullying was very harsh and stuff. But I'm like, you know what? We need bullying in schools. You know, we need to bring back bullying because you know, physical because it really toughens people up. You know, and right, it's fucking great.
Anyways, I am currently in the process of reading the new chapter for Nagatoro because I am fully caught up except for this new one. Anyway, so I guess I'll give my opinion on it because I don't think Colin has an opinion. Well, he has an opinion, I'm sure, but he hasn't watched it. Anyways, I'm deeply in love with this anime. It's probably like top 3 anime ever for me. I have a deep passion for it. It's adorable. It's wholesome. It's just lovely and just. After the anime, you know, I watched like 7 episodes of the anime, and then I just read all of the manga that there was out. It's just perfection. It's just so good. It doesn't go with the normal what's it called?
Slice of life.
What you expect.
High school.
Yeah, it's not even just, it's not what you expect. You know, it doesn't just throw in like the tropes that you expect. It really twists them and it really throws it up in the air for you, and you know, keeps you on your toes. But it's fucking good, and you know what? It doesn't really cause you.
Very
pain.
cute.
It's
Very
just
cute.
Nice, and it's just so good. It's just so fucking good, man. I highly recommend it.
So, Colin, what are your thoughts?
I haven't watched it, but I have no desire to, and it doesn't really seem interesting to me at all, and I don't like how it looks from the things I've seen, screenshots, memes, and you know, short clips and stuff. It just does not seem appealing to me at all. That's about it, really.
Okay, cool. Glad. I appreciate your opinion. So yeah. On to the next then. Unless you have more to say, I don't. I don't know what to say to all these besides that they're very good. So, now, one of my very first isekais, not really including SAO, for obvious reasons. Is that considered an isekai?
What, gay?
SAO.
Oh, SAO? Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So technically, not my first, but it's one of my first isekais I ever watched. Gate, and this is probably the anime that I have watched over more than once. Like one of the only ones that I've watched more than once, besides one of the other ones on this list. It's basically about how this gate opens up in Tokyo, and Tokyo gets invaded by these otherworldly beings, and Japan fights them off and fends off the attack, and then they go on the attack, and they go into the other world, and they say it's for peacekeeping and shit, but obviously it's not, because, you know, so they go in, and it kind of is peacekeeping. They They do stuff in there, and it's pretty badass. It's basically, it just shows modern tech versus medieval tech, like swords and bows and stuff like that. And obviously the modern stuff is gonna win over that. So it's pretty funny, pretty fun anime to watch, and I recommend watching it at least once. It's not very highly rated in the community, which I get. It's kind of like, but like I enjoy it because it's one of my nostalgic animes I've seen. So, what are your thoughts?
So, this one is not on my list. Alright, so no, I watched it. I watched it all. I watched it a few months back, and I think it's a good 7.5. You know, it's above average. I liked it. I watched it all. I do enjoy the characters, but there's not a lot going on with story. Honestly, it's kind of just. It has a story, but it's nothing that's keeping me on my toes and exciting me, and it's like blowing my mind or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun anime. I'd watch it once. Probably wouldn't ever rewatch it. There's 24 episodes. I don't know. It's kind of ended, like, abruptly and just kind of quick for me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I said, it was good, and I recommend you watch it, but it's... You know, it ain't no Nagato or Record or Ragnarok.
Yeah. I feel that. No, I get it. I just had to put it on my list because of me rewatching it 7 times.
Yeah, that's fair. I respect that. You know, everybody has their own things, and you know, I said, I do enjoy the characters. I do think one thing that is good about because there's not a whole lot when it comes to world building. Like there's a whole world and it doesn't explore it too much. But I will say the characters are fun, and I do like hearing them talk with each other.
My only debate against what you said is you said there's not much world building. Can you elaborate? Because it's about how a recon team travels through the world and does diplomatic.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not enough. It's like it's not like there's a whole shit ton of it. It's like they go to like the one main kingdom. They go to a couple of villages, and then it's like near the end of the anime, they went to some like wizard capital, and that was cool. But it was only for a couple of episodes, and I thought to see more of that would have been very fascinating, or to see some more stuff within that realm. But it kind of just stuck to the main, you know, army and then the kingdom it was going against, so it wasn't like super expensive, and I would have liked I like huge world building, but it was, you know, it was 24 episodes, and they had a certain story to tell, and they told that story, so they didn't branch out from it
There's a currently airing show, How a Realistic Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom, that has some pretty good world building, because it's literally about how this dude becomes the king of a country or of a kingdom, and it has to do a whole bunch of diplomatic stuff and economic stuff. It's pretty good. You actually bought me the light novel for my birthday a few years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember reading it, and then seeing it come out, I'm like, oh, that's kind of neat.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's on Funimation.
Nice.
So.
I haven't seen
Colin,
Gate. I'm more a
assuming
fan
you have
of
no
Doors,
opinion on this.
personally. That's about it.
Same diff.
Respectable.
Same diff, alright. I'm more of a Hatch guy, but you know.
Okay, so one I wasn't expecting on here was your next choice. I haven't seen this anime, so please tell me about it.
So it's basically... So I think it's like I Dream of a Bunny Girl Senpai or something like that. And it's just cute, little slice of life romantic kind of comedy. I don't know. It's about how, oh man, I don't want to like. Okay, so she's like an idol or something like that. It's been a while since I've seen it. She's like an idol or something like that, and the main character like falls in love with her, and so they get together, and then the main character's sister's like, oh, you know, kind of weird anime shit like that, a little bit incest thing going on, but not really. It's almost a harem anime, but like because there's multiple girls, but he is with her, and it's basically him trying to support her and her supporting him kind of deal. I don't know. Pretty heartwarming, I guess. Yeah, I mean, not much else to say. It's a lot like a lot of other, slice of life romance things, So there's not much I can say. It's like a lot of the other ones. This is one of the first ones I saw on the list, so I put it down. It could have easily gone to like my teen romantic comedy snafu or whatever, or it could have gone to Nisekoi or something like that. But I chose this because I saw it first, and yeah, it's pretty good though. It's pretty good anime. I suggest you watch it. I don't know if I definitely don't think Colin would like it, but you might like it.
Yeah. I'm out there looking at that. Like I said, I knew it came out, and that was about that. I just remember it coming out a few years ago, and I never looked more into it. So
yeah, Dakota and me watched it, so
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Not much else to say. I suggest for anybody watching or listening to this podcast, you should watch it or the other two animes I had listed. Those are pretty good. But yeah, that's all I got to say for this one. Moving on to the next one, One Punch Man. Just fucking hype as shit, dude. I'm fairly certain anybody watching or listening to this podcast know what One Punch Man is and have probably seen it and or read it. It's about this guy who was when he was younger he was weak or whatever, and he got the shit kicked out of him or something like that. But he was like, I gotta train to get stronger. And so he did this workout regimen that was super god tier, but then found out it wasn't really that god tier. And yeah, he just kind of broke the limit of his the mortal man's strength or whatever. He has no limit anymore. He can just keep getting more and more powerful, and just use his strength infinitely. And it's just pretty badass fighting. It's like a fighting anime if you haven't seen it.
Colin, I'll go on. One Punch Man is a good anime. I enjoyed it.
Second season.
That's about
Second season could have done better.
I like it,
but could have been better. But
I mean,
the
honestly,
anime, the
I enjoyed
manga,
the second season.
The manga is so much better. If I suggest the manga actually over the actual anime, or I guess the first season of the anime, I love that the first season of the anime. Suggest watching that. The second season, you could skip that. Just read the manga kind of deal.
I watched both seasons. I don't really know why people didn't like the second season. Honestly, I don't remember. It's been a hot minute. I enjoyed it both. I like the expansion on the side characters more because it's yes, I like One Punch Man himself, and it's a funny gimmick, but it's a funny gimmick in that, and that's that. I like the other characters because I like watching strong characters battle each other.
Here's the thing.
So that's why I liked season 2. Yeah,
here's the thing. The first season is about the comedy aspect, and then in the manga, and it started in the second season. After the first season, basically, it's a lot less comedy and more just fight focused and side character focused.
Which is why I
yes, exactly. And a lot of the manga afterwards just has a lot to do with the side characters, because it's just there's the big fights or whatever, and the side characters are kicking ass, but they're also getting their ass kicked. And then just at the very end of the fight, One Punch Man comes in, ends it, and then walks away. Just that's what it is.
Yeah,
it's just the gimmick. It's the gimmick of the
back when
show.
It came out. I hated it. I thought it was boring. It was overhyped. It was just, some of the characters are cool. Some of the designs are cool. I just did not fucking like it. It's I don't know. It just seemed kind of like Genos. Because everybody was talking about it. I was like, this isn't that interesting.
Also,
season 2 and the manga might be better. They might have changed it and made it not bad. But when I watched it, I just did not like it.
So, out of all these animes, there's only the 2 of these animes have amazing openers. Record of Ragnarok and One Punch Man are probably my favorite openers on this list.
I fucking love Nagatoro's.
It's also
opener,
pretty.
right?
That
That's just
dude
a-
is
and,
very good as well.
and it's sung by the voice actors too.
It's very true. They're all. Yeah, most of these have very good openers. So. Well, at
Okay,
least 3
I
or
guess
4 of the.
I won't say which one it is yet, but the one below One Punch Man has a fucking bop.
Dude, it is
for
a
the
bop
opener.
of an opener, dog.
Okay.
So yeah, and that's all I gotta say. Moving on to the next one. To Your Eternity. Where do I begin? I don't. So. It's a weird anime, and I don't actually know what genre it is. It's definitely like sad, adventure, sad. It's there's some very sad parts in this anime, but it really helps build the anime. So basically the whole thing of this show is the main character, Fushi. He was made by this being, and he started off as a pebble, a rock, right? And then over time, or he started off as a orb. Over time, like a rock fell on him, and then that was like, every single time something like happens to him and leaves a memorable like impression on him, he's able to shape change into that said thing. So a rock fell in his orb, so he was able to turn into a rock, so he turned into a rock. A dog picked up the rock, so he can turn into a dog. And then, as the dog, he traveled and stuff. This all happened in the first anime, or the first episode, I believe. He traveled and met this boy, which is what he uses as his main look. And some things happen, and he's able to change into the boy. And then over time, he learns more and more. He's not able to speak like at all before that. He was just basically a child, just born, just learning as the time goes on, and he is basically immortal. It's a very, very weird anime. I don't want to spoil it anymore, but I suggest for everybody to watch it. It's very good.
I watched one episode. I thought it was very fascinating, very good. I need to go back and watch the rest of it because I've only seen the first episode. But you know what? It's very intriguing.
The very first episode, in my opinion, like a lot of it's kind of boring because not much happens. But it really picks up.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yes, go on.
But I think it was you, Talus, that tried to explain it to me when I asked about it, and it sounded like the dumbest shit ever. And hearing David explain it, that's still my opinion. It just sounds really dumb. Obviously, I'd have to see like something about it or see more about it to form an opinion. But like,
I don't know.
Just that explanation to me
Yeah.
sounds really fucking stupid. And the fact that there's not like a concrete way to describe it quickly or have like a genre, I think it just sounds dumb.
I prefer it to be. Let me give a quick explanation of how I see it from the first episode. Essentially, God creates an object, and the purpose of the object is to watch and learn and to adapt and just become. It's essentially a blank canvas learning how to live.
Yep.
And so it just takes the shapes of other things that touches it until it becomes that new object, learns how to live like that object, and learns the
Yeah, it still
experiences
sounds
of
dumb.
life.
But that's just me.
Yeah, that's about it.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah, well. Yeah, so, I don't know. I think, Colin, if you watched it, you might enjoy it. Like, this is like one of the only ones
Yeah, maybe.
on my list so far, besides Record of Ragnarok, that you might actually enjoy. Because
I
it's
can't wait
pretty
to show my
in-depth.
list and just get shit on.
It's pretty in-depth,
So, number 7.
So, I'm a spider, so what? Next anime on my list. It's basically like another isekai. This chick dies, goes to a new world, becomes a spider, and just gets more, stronger and stronger, and levels up and gains a lot of skills and stuff. And I can't really tell more without like ruining it, but the timeline's weird in it. but it's pretty hype anime. If anyone were to ask, so I don't want to spoil it, but it's just the skills, the gains, and there's a lot of big fights and a lot of politics almost in it, somewhat. And I suggest you watch it. Talus, I don't know if Colin would like it. Although one of the big downfalls is that it doesn't really get good until episode 6. And I had to really force myself to watch it until then, and then every episode after that was so fucking hype.
I've seen a couple of clips from the show. I've heard a few things about it. When it first came out, it just sounded like a knockoff of Slime. That time I got reincarnated as a slime,
Also
so
very
I
good.
thought it was shit. After watching some clips, it seems alright. I'll have to check it out, but it's an isekai, so yeah, and it seems pretty popular.
Slime updated today, right?
Yeah.
It did update today. Badass. Okay. I'll watch that afterwards. Anyways, yeah, so, Colin, I don't know if you heard anything about it, but, if you have, or if you don't give a shit, what are your opinions?
I have not seen it. I haven't really anything about it. I fucking hate isekais, man.
Except for Amphibia and the Owl House.
That's also, I feel like, different
That's an
compared
isekai,
to,
shut
hey,
up.
this character dies, but they get reincarnated in a new world. Why not just start with a character in that world and be better at explaining things?
Okay, because...
Gate is an isekai, but they don't die, alright? They just go through a gate, just like Owl House.
Just like Owl House.
Guess,
I've never
yeah.
seen it. Should I watch
I
Owl
don't know.
House?
There's something
Anyways.
fundamentally that I hate about isekais. And I just, it's like slime. I fucking do not like slime.
Yeah?
It's just not interesting. It's boring. It's,
Well, it's a good thing you don't work at Nickelodeon then, alright?
Yeah.
all right, so your next one, David.
Okay, Tokyo Revengers. Absolute. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's like a modern day classic, I might say.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, actually, I would say that. Actually, I think it's.
You know what? This one's also on my list.
Yeah. So, the
I hope
manga.
it shows a better
I read-
image.
I'm up to date on the manga.
I'm not gonna tell you that right now. You have all the opinion on this.
It's basically how this guy. He's kind of a downtrodden guy, not much going on with his life. He works at a retail store or whatever, and one day he's watching the news at his house and in his apartment, and it's fucking disgusting. His apartment is full of trash. Holy shit! It reminds me of Dakota almost. And on the news he finds out that his one and only girlfriend he's ever had back in middle school died in some gang violence and stuff. And he's like, oh, that's very unfortunate. So he goes to take the train to work the next day, and someone pushes him off onto the train tracks, and he thinks he's about to die, but is saved by a random person. But while thinks he's about to die, he wakes up 12 years in the past, and he's himself back in middle school when he was a delinquent, and it's just good. I don't want to spoil anymore because that's about what happened in the first episode. Tell us if you have any opinions or think you can say more. Go ahead. I don't want to spoil it though.
Yeah, it's fucking gangs, man.
Yeah, gangs.
It's good. It's the characters are great, the designs are great, the story it keeps me on my toes and is absolutely fantastic. And it's about fucking gangs, delinquents in Japan, and there's fighting. It's just downright
Tokyo Manchi Gang.
a good anime that there's a reason why it's like the #1 seller in Japan right now. So I'd say watch it, read it, whatever.
Yeah, and you can read it for free on their actual website. So
Yes.
I'm not very interested. I don't like time travel and repetitive things like that. Just me.
You don't like anything that's good. That's I
don't like
hearing.
anything. Just wait till you see my list, and it's garbage.
Oh my god.
I just have one question.
Yeah.
What is that image you chose, and why?
Okay, this.
If you can explain it without spoiling it.
Oh yeah, I can explain it. So the Tokyo Manji gang, which is the gang that he is kind of a part of, basically, and that is their flag. It says Tokyo Manji gang on it, and the middle swastika is actually not the Nazi swastika, but it's not like the Hindu swastika either. But it's supposed to be peace.
Yeah, it is a different shape.
It's a swastika, not the swastika.
It's peace. It's like peace-ish because their gang is all about not being the bad guys. They're trying to make a more peaceful world while also being delinquents because it's fun to just fuck off, you know?
Yeah.
And it's basically the whole thing. They're a biker gang that just wants to fuck off and keep peace, you know? It's the whole thing. It's all it's about.
And which one is your favorite anime on here, by the way? Yeah.
Bottom right.
So the last one.
ReZero.
Right.
ReZero. My favorite anime on this list. It's definitely not a lot of people's favorite anime, but a lot of people like it. It's another fucking isekai. So I know Colin's gonna have some shit to talk on it, but isekai dude fucking dies, goes to another world where there's magic and hot girls, and it's basically every single time. So he dies, he goes back into that another world, and he got like a curse from one of the bad guys in the show that every single time he dies, he resets at a checkpoint, and it's basically him trying to save this one girl and try to get her. And his goal is to save everybody, all the friends he's made. And so if someone dies, most likely he'll die and he'll get reset back to the checkpoint. And he'll try to just keep going back and back until he can make sure everybody gets through all safe. And yeah, well, that's just basically what it's about. I don't know. What do you have to say? There's not much more I can say. That's basically the whole concept of the show.
Oh,
this show sucks.
Yeah, I guess
show sucks. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Colin, you give your opinion first, I suppose.
I didn't like it. I watched a couple episodes. I just genuinely just didn't like it. Concept, just how I just didn't like it.
It's because it's an isekai. Because you don't like isekais, you don't like anything fun.
I don't. Just wait. You'll see all my picks. And
Are they all like fighting? Like One Piece, fucking like My Hero?
We'll see.
We'll
I'll
get
go
to
next.
that. We'll get to that.
See.
Okay. Also, real quickly before, I just now realized on Audacity and on the very bottom it shows how much disk space remaining for recording. On the bottom, and I just now realized that, and it says I have 73 hours and 47 minutes of recording time.
Nice.
Mine definitely doesn't have that.
Nice.
But yeah.
Is yours up to date though?
So, my opinion on ReZero.
Yes.
First season, good. Very
good.
I like it.
What am I saying?
It's good. Now, thanks. Season 2, I have not watched all of it, but also very
better,
good.
one might say.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen season 1. I watched it with Dakota. I thought it was a downright fine, good anime, and there was some good memes out of it. What I put on the top, me personally, no. Season 2, I could understand why you would put on the top. I haven't finished season 2. I've watched some of it. It's fucking phenomenal so far.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I'd
say season 2 is better than season 1 because like there's a lot more fighting that happens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. Well, that was my 3x3 for anime. Yeah.
All right.
Some of them are pretty. Some of them are pretty good.
is trash. No, this is what we call normie. This is a good comparison from David's. Anime boy, watches a lot of anime, probably has good taste. I wouldn't call it good taste. And then me, the normie. Starting at the top left.
Probably the least normie one.
Really?
Yeah?
Wait, Colin's the least normie?
No, out of...
Maybe Wreck-It.
Probably Wreck-It Ragnarok's probably the least normie on here. But Beastars, top left, good.
Normie.
Normie, true.
Is it?
I remember a lot of things I read the manga instead of watching the anime. Beastars being one. I remember looking up what were good mangas that hadn't had animes yet, and Beastars was one of them. And I read a couple chapters, and then I stopped because I'm lazy. And then the anime came out, and I thought, fuck. So I read all of the manga up to the point where the anime finished. Then I watched the anime. Then I continued the manga and caught all the way up. And I gotta say, really, really, it's good. I enjoy it thoroughly. It's about animal people. It's like Zootopia, but an anime.
I'm kind of badass.
An adult.
I still need to watch it. Like,
Zootopia,
I'm not against watching it. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
you're lazy.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's great. I need to finish season 2, but I mean, it's a very nice concept. Characters very enjoyable. I thoroughly enjoy Beastars. I will say CGI threw me the fuck off.
That was very strange.
I was like, bruh, it's all CGI. But like Colin said, it works for how the anime is. It's just for how it functions. The CGI just works, and you forget it's even CGI.
It just works. And I will say one of my most enjoyable experiences with actually the anime, because I'd watched it on my own, and then at a later point I was at your house, Talus, with a friend, and you had went to bed, and me and him were staying up watching stuff, and we couldn't...
The Teddy Roosevelt
yes.
From episode 4.
And we couldn't figure out what to watch, and I said, Beastars, and he said, what's that? And I said, oh, I'll just turn it on and watch it, probably not going to watch all of it. We proceeded to stay up the entire night watching the entirety of Beastars Season 1. That was fun. And I think that boosted it, and good experiences with this good anime manga for me.
Not to mention, it is the creator is the daughter of the creator of Baki.
True, Baki is very good. I have not caught up on a couple of these. I have not caught up on, but Baki is one that I need to finish. I did not put it on here, but it was very good. And then the second one, which was kind of a wild card, kind of not. I didn't think I was going to put it on here. It didn't really have any other anime to put on here. And I very much enjoyed Black Clover. I've only watched season 1. I have not read it. I've only watched season 1 of the anime, and I very much enjoyed. Big swords, magic, it's got all of the things you need. Animation good. Characters good. I enjoy it a lot.
I don't know.
I watched 3 episodes of Black Clover. I need to watch more because it is good. I like Shonen Jump. It's fighting.
Shonen Jump is
fun.
good, but Black Clover, not.
How much of Black Clover have you
Not
watched?
so much. Like 3 episodes.
About as much.
Yeah.
As me.
Yeah, I didn't really like it. I don't know. It was.
Fair.
I don't know. I don't know. It's basically like. The thing with Black Clover is it reminds me of a lot of other shows, and it's just like I can just watch the other shows because the other shows are like good.
Fair enough.
Comparatively,
I guess.
just in the same kind of realm, like Shonen Jump stuff.
Mhm.
But Shonen Jump, like a lot of like they have a lot of fucking bangers, dude.
Yeah. Next one, also great. All these are great because I put them on the list. Demon Slayer.
Very
fucking great. I fucking binged the entire season 1 when a couple weeks after it came out. One night. That was a mistake because I started at 2 a.m. But it was great. I enjoyed it. I proceeded to go and read all of the manga up until I caught up, and then I read it until it was finished. Not a big fan of the ending, but it was a good manga show. It's good. Movie, great. Good times all around. Swords.
The movie was very good.
Swords and demons and interesting mechanics. I enjoy it a lot.
I could have easily put this on my list. I didn't, but I could have.
I actually
because I do thoroughly enjoy
I actually thought about putting
Demon
this on my
Slayer
list as well. I thought of putting this on my list.
Yeah. I thought the movie was like the animation and everything about it, and the story was just phenomenal. Like, and same with like what was it, episode 16 or something? Was that the big episode with the animation?
I think so, something like that.
But point of the matter is, I could have easily put this on my list. Inosuke, great character.
Zenitsu, best boy. But I don't know. That's one thing about the anime is it had fucking great animation. Like if Record of Ragnarok had that kind of animation, it would be even better. But it doesn't. But Record of Ragnarok's still great.
Yeah. It still has good animation, but not like Demon Slayer.
Yeah. Anything else you boys want to say about it? Besides that, it's good.
I like it more than Chainsaw Man.
Fair.
All right. Next
one.
Drag on
Fucking
these
Dragon
balls.
Also one on my list.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z?
Dragon Ball.
That's fair.
I was thinking about putting Dragon Ball Z on the list. I was thinking about putting Dragon Ball Z
is good.
It's good.
I'm not a big fan of it.
But
I haven't
Dragon Ball.
rewatched it in a long time.
It's not
Dragon
Ball
Ball
is funnier.
Fucking great.
Dragon Ball is like comedy. Dragon Ball Z fighting.
Because for me, Dragon Ball Z, I watched. It just kind of skipped around, It'd be on TV, and I'd watch some of the episodes, and I'd go back and watch some of the episodes, and somebody would be watching it, and I'd like sit there and watch it with them. But I never really like followed through and watched all of it, in it through. I didn't watch it through. It's still good, and I enjoy a lot of the characters and stuff. But Dragon Ball was the first one in the Dragon Ball series that I sat down and like just watched all the way through.
Same.
It's fucking great. It's very good. I also did with Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super is also very good, but you can't beat Dragon Ball. It's classic. It's good.
Classic.
I would like to say that yes, I also have Dragon Ball on my list because I love Dragon Ball Z. I kind of put Dragon Ball in there to encompass all of Dragon Ball in general, but Dragon Ball is my favorite out of all of it. Dragon Ball Z is just a great anime. It's a classic. Everybody likes it, and Dragon Ball, I just like it that much more because not everybody who watches Dragon Ball Z watches Dragon Ball, and it's not about the world ending every 5 seconds, and that's what I like about it. It's about martial arts, and I enjoy it.
It's a lot more basic, a lot more fun to watch.
It can focus on the less powerful characters because not everybody's super crazy powerful.
Yeah, and I enjoy Yamcha as a character, and everybody hates him because he was weak as fuck in Dragon Ball Z. But he was
actually
a main
really
character
good
in Dragon Ball, and he was one of my favorites.
Look, man, I enjoy Tien. I know how you feel, but I'm not a filthy Yamcha sympathizer, so it's different. But
Die.
More of a Piccolo fellow, but
Pick a fella.
Dude, not gonna lie, he was a bad guy.
He was.
Yeah.
And then, moving on to my personal favorite, One Piece. Now, for a lot of these on the list, what I did was I'd watch the anime, and then I'd go and then I'd read it.
Technically, all of these except for Dragon Ball. No, and Black Clover. Didn't you read the manga for all of these except Dragon Ball and Black Clover?
Yes. But One Piece was the first one that I was like, I want to fall into a big series. Well, I've heard One Piece is good. I watched some of the 4 Kids back in the day. But One Piece was the one I decided I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read all of One Piece. I'm just going to read it all the way through. I'm not going to watch the anime. I want to experience the manga, One Piece. Because it hadn't ended, and it was like fucking chapter 900 was when that came out around when I started. Probably before. And it's fucking good. Character story, the universe, it's fucking good. I would heavily recommend reading it. Watching it, that's tough. That's tougher to recommend. But reading it, One Piece is good. It's One Piece. Everybody knows it's good.
I did not watch One Piece for a very long time, and then you got really into it, and I figured, fuck it, I'll watch it. So, my opinion on One Piece, I almost put on my list, but it was very big to you, so I'll let you take all the credit. Now, what I will say about One Piece is I'm watching it because I'm watching it with people. I would read it, and that would probably make it go way faster and much better. Now, watching the anime, I will suggest you skip most filler. Other than that, it's a good anime up until episode about 240, and then it becomes a great anime. About when you get to, it's always on like an uphill climb, but once you get to 240, it's a constant uphill climb, and it's just really good. Like I said, pirates, world building, shonen, and it's long as fuck, so you can grow a very big attachment to it. I watched a few episodes back in the day, but not many, so I was never super attached to it like some other things. But yeah, no, it's if you got the time, you read or watch One Piece definitely.
I will say, I think my favorite part about going through One Piece and being with it as it's coming out is, well, one, it's just a special thing to be able to witness such a big series as it's still coming out and be there for when it finishes. But watching the characters change and grow, and also seeing the the art style, or I guess animation if you're watching it, change. Because if you're watching it in one sitting, it's a lot more noticeable compared to like over a longer period of time. It's just like slowly changing and it's less noticeable. But just seeing, I mean, like, oh wow, all of this has changed so much in like a week time of reading it. It can be completely different. And that's really nice, I think. David, you want to say anything or no? David.
David.
All right, well, he's dead.
Somebody must have walked in. We'll go
Next one, Seven Deadly Sins. Good characters, kind of a messy story towards the end.
Yeah.
I will say it is very good. It's on my list for a reason.
Hey, he's back.
Well,
I'm
he
sorry,
missed it,
I got
so
DoorDash.
Well, perish.
You're in the middle of talking about One Piece, I'm just like, I don't know anything about One Piece.
Fair enough. Seven Deadly Sins, also good. This is the one. I think this was the first one. It might have been the next one, but this was at least one of the first two that, after watching the anime, which took me forever to watch because I knew someone showed me it, and I was like, it's all right. And then a couple months later, they were like, hey, you're gonna sit down and watch this, and I said, fine. So we sat down and watched it, and I very much enjoyed it. With season 1, not so much. Season 2, I very much enjoyed. That's really what got me hooked. And then I was like, I just gotta have more. So I went and read all of the manga and stuck with it till the end, and I'd say it was worth it. It was very good, very, very good. That was the first one that I was been able to witness its end as it was coming out. That was very nice.
Didn't like the ending.
Didn't you
piss
witness
off
Demon Slayer when it came out?
Yes, but Demon Slayer, I think I finished. Oh, did Demon Slayer end before Seven Deadly Sins? Probably. I don't know. But I feel like Seven Deadly Sins was different in some way. Witnessing it end.
Yeah.
Maybe because it was longer, but.
I could put Seven Deadly Sins on my list, that's for sure. But I don't know. There's some weak parts to it, personally. You know, season 1 is all right. You know, later seasons aren't as exciting to me as like season 2. I like it. I haven't quite finished it yet. I'm caught up. I'm mostly caught up with the anime. Didn't the anime fully come out?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm like halfway through the last season. Whatever. Point of the matter is season 2 was phenomenal for me, and I did like season 3 a lot as well. But the thing about season 2, for me personally, was it was like every fucking episode there was a twist. I don't know what happened. It was like a train, and it just went off the rail, got back on the rail, then went back off the rail again, and it was just going all like it was just twisting and turning all around. Every episode there was just a shock that just blew my mind.
I will say,
I swear.
If you are currently or have seen things about Seven Deadly Sins on Netflix, we are not talking about Netflix's season 2. Netflix's season 2 was a 4-episode garbage shoot. Ignore that. Skip it even. It was bad.
Oh yeah,
but
that. Yeah,
technically,
that was,
season 3, the official season 2, is great.
Yeah. So yeah, that's absolutely phenomenal. I love Escanor. Escanor.
Yeah.
The
Ten Commandments and Westeros and all that. Just, they're great characters. Okay story. Meh pacing. But it had some really good parts that I think is worth it to sit through and
Didn't
watch.
like a lot of people not like the ending.
Gems.
Didn't like a lot of people not like the ending.
Not to my knowledge. I enjoyed the ending.
I don't know.
It was kind of weird because there was a point to where I thought this is a good ending. This is a good way to cap it off, and then they kind of went to like a side story thing it referenced things from the past, and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna finish closing this book end," but it wasn't necessary. I felt, and kind of strange, but it was still good for what they told. It was still good.
Okay. You haven't seen it. I don't know.
That's fair. And then the next one, My Hero Academia. It's good, normie, the good. Good characters, good story. I don't know. It is My Hero. I feel like a lot of people just kind of know what it is, what it's about. Superheroes, quirks, good. It's just fun. It's a fun story. I think this was the first one that after watching the anime, I sat and binged all the anime. And that's one of the few shows I've actually watched multiple times all the way through. I just very much enjoyed it. And then after the first time watching it, I went through and caught up to the manga. I haven't caught up in a while, but for a really long time, I was caught up with every single chapter as they came out. And it's very, very good. It's coming to an end actually soon, I think, which is kind of sad.
I watched the first 2 seasons.
Could have, but
and honestly, it was okay. It wasn't like that good. It didn't really want to make me want to like watch like the rest of it. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I could have easily put this on my list as well. I know I figured Colin would put it on here. I thoroughly enjoy My Hero. It's the first manga I ever read. I watched the anime, then I said fuck it, and then I started reading the manga. I'm not caught up on it. I've read quite a bit into it, but it's just different, Yeah, it's shonen, but like it's superheroes and anime, which normally isn't a huge trope in anime. You don't really have superheroes as much as other gimmicks. So I don't know. I just like it. Every season, every episode, I just really enjoy My Hero. Excluding, what people might think be put off by like the fandom or whatever the fuck. I think it's a good anime and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you should not watch something just because of the fandom. I think that's kind of dumb. But
I don't know. The fandom ruins it. I get it if you don't want to watch it. Honestly, I totally get it.
Yeah. I just very much enjoyed it. It was one of those like earlier in my anime experiences, and I very much enjoyed it. And then we move on to Record of Ragnarok. We talked about this. We're going to talk about it again for a third time probably. It's good. Great story. Great characters.
Well, we don't need to talk about it. We just need to move on from it.
We'll see it. But it's, we need to emphasize how good it is, for all the people who shit on the anime.
All three
it's
of us
good.
Put it on.
Yeah.
You should read it instead of watching it, I think. But, if you're really lazy and you're like, I won't even watch the sub, then watch it. But it's very good. I think it's a good read. And then the last one, fucking JoJo's. I put the part 1 here, not my favorite, but it's JoJo's as a whole, I would say. It's fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I don't really know what else there's to say about this. It's one of those things like One Piece, where it's like, you fucking know what JoJo's is. You either love it or you hate it. You think it's too long, you think it's too not.
So what's it about?
Or you just dive in. JoJo's,
well,
yes.
Yeah. I was going to say, technically this is on my list, and it is in my favorite anime spot, so we can move on to me, and I can go off.
But
Oh, yeah.
what is it about?
I will just say, JoJo's is very good. Most of the parts are consistently great, even. So, I'll cap it off with that, so we can segue into the next one. JoJo's
Segue to the
very
next
good.
one.
Who's
Collins.
Hello, I'm back.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, back. I'm David.
Hi, Chief. All right. Here's my list.
Ew, gross. They're all bad. No, I'm just kidding.
So we're going to start off with JoJo's, because that's where Colin left off. JoJo's is then just smack dab in the middle. It's my favorite anime. I am obsessed with JoJo's. I have a story with JoJo's. I had a friend who kept trying to get me and my other friend to watch it. And I watched about the first 5 episodes. I said, this is disgusting. The art style is bad, and I hate you. Never make me look at this bullshit again, you disgusting man. And then I didn't watch it for years. And then one day I said, fuck it. I'll watch it. So I watched it. I watched all of part 1. I said, this is pretty good. I watched all of part 2. I said, wow, this is really fucking good. I watched part 3. I fucking fell in love with it. Then part 4, and I was like, man, this is going... I feel like this is going to suck. And then I watched it, and I said, man, this is my favorite part now. Point of the matter, I love Jojo's. It's about Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. You know, he's fighting Dio, the vampire. You know, there's magic ghost people. It's great. It's big buff men fighting each other. What more can I ask for? A lot of my list is big buff men fighting.
So
I
each
will
other.
say
like the whole story just Jojo or their family fighting Dio.
no.
No.
Okay. Well, what's it about? What's it
No,
about?
it moves on.
What's it about
you know?
though? What's it about?
It moves on. Like a quick recap, without spoiling anything, is part 1, Jojo versus vampire, Dio. Part 2, Jojo versus Aztec gods. Part 3, Jojo versus Dio again, but with more traveling. Part 4, small town murder mystery. Part 5, the fucking Italian mafia. And then part 6 is coming out, and there's prison break.
Wasn't like part 7 in the
And
manga?
part 7, horse races.
Isn't the manga up to like part 7?
No, the manga's actually going to come out with part 9. That was announced.
Oh, was it?
Yep, Jojo Land.
I thought JoJolian was the end.
Nope. Apparently, Jojo Land was announced today. I believe so. Yeah, part 9 will be coming
Shit,
out.
I
I
have
have
to
read
finish.
up to the middle of part 7, which is a horse race, and it's great.
I'm about there too, but go on.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's JoJo's. It's great. Watch it. It's a little bit of a commitment. If you don't like part 2, I would say watch up to part 3. But if you don't like part 2 at all, then you may not like it.
I will say,
I enjoy part 2 a lot, but part 3 is the meat and potatoes, and that's where it finds its.
personally, I think part 3 is a bit too long and maybe even the weakest link in the series. But it does set up a lot for the future, which is part 5 and 6, but I think are some of the best parts. 7 is also really good. I have not finished it. But, yeah.
So, we're going to go on to top left. Baki. Man, big muscular men beating the shit out of each other. You know, Baki is just a good fucking anime. It's a good manga. I watched the Netflix anime first because this plebeian over here, Colin, told me that I didn't have to watch the original. Technically, you don't, but I get a lot more out of it.
Tell me about it. What is it about? Tell me about
Tell
me what it's about before.
I'm gonna get to that.
I like how... Hold on.
Baki,
Can we just take a pause here?
What?
I like how for
I'm gonna pause this
David,
thing.
he was just explaining like the entire first 2 or 3 episodes, and now he's just shot when we give a quick little synopsis about why we like it, and just to like watch it, he's like, "What's it about, huh? What's it about? Explain it. Give me the first season's complete details."
I don't know what it's about. Explain what it's about. I know
I'm
it's about
just,
fighting.
I know. I'm just saying. I thought it was funny.
There's a reason why I explained what I was about the anime. You know.
I just like to explain that I like it first, and then I'm gonna go into the synopsis. So, Baki is an anime about not about people who are fighting, but about people who love to fight, as Colin would put it. It is about a child who was bred to be a fighter because his dad is the strongest creature in the world, and he is an asshole. Like, it is Baki's whole thing is that he wants to become the strongest man in the world to defeat his father for some shit that happens in the anime. It is just tournaments and fighting and violence, and it's just badass but weird as fuck. It is just like JoJo's. But it is weirder than JoJo's. All I even say. It is so fucking bizarre, but it is so fun to watch, and it's a good.
I think
I suggest it.
JoJo's is weird.
There was something else.
Because to people who don't watch anime, it's weird. But for
JoJo's
people who
is
watch
gay.
a lot of anime, it's like, oh, it's JoJo's, whatever, it's weird. I think Baki is just weird even for people who watch anime and read manga. It's like, it's still weird. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, it's just, it's about, I mean, it's martial arts, you know, and it is cool as fuck to watch. But it is definitely just, it's out there. It is out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
Next, It's fucking
Explain
Naruto.
what it's about.
Everybody knows about Naruto.
Ninja.
About fucking ninjas, man.
Ninja,
I don't know.
Hokage, hidden footage.
One of my favorite anime. Watched it since I was a child. Very nostalgic. I love Naruto. There ain't too much to say about it. It's fucking ninjas, you know.
Fucking
fighting each other,
ninjas.
you know, all that. Everybody
It's
knows
it's
about
up there with
Naruto.
like Dragon Ball Z. It's like you
So you
watch
said it's
this.
about fucking ninjas? Like, are the ninjas fucking? Physically? Boruto? Just saying.
Hmm?
Boruto. Fucking
Anyways,
ninjas. Literally.
I know nothing of. I have not watched
Uh,
Boruto.
I'll tell you what, haven't even seen Naruto either, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's
I'm
one
not
of the
gonna
things where,
watch
like
it.
you watch as a kid. It's like Dragon Ball Z. It's good. It's long. It's not great. If you watch a lot of, it's one of those things where I feel like it's like movies. It's there's like the good movies where it's like this is a piece of art and has a lot of thought into it and a big story that's really interesting and a lot of feelings behind it. And then there's like Marvel movies where it's like this is just fun and there's story and heart behind some of it, but it's like it's just a fun movie you can just sit down and shoot the shit with.
Skip the filler of Naruto, and I do think Naruto has a good overarching story that is beautiful.
That's fair. I don't. It wouldn't be considered art. Like I feel like a lot of anime and people who are really into anime, they're like, "This is a really good anime."
What,
that
is One Piece art? Is One Piece art?
no,
Okay, that's all. I just want to make sure you want dog.
but I'm saying like I feel like for some people who are like really into anime and watch a lot of anime and like get really
JoJo's
deep
is
into
art.
anime, they're like, "This is like a
JoJo's
really good
is
anime for
art.
all these themes and things behind it and all this that's happening in it and like the story." Compared to Naruto, where it's like ninjas they do shadow clones.
Yeah, but I mean it's good. I like Naruto. Skip the filler. I like
Shadow
it.
Clone
It's
Gangbang.
Everything. It's. Alright, we already went over Don't Bully Me, Miss Nagatoro. Sorry, I'll go with the manga name, not the fucking weird anime name, because I don't want to insult people. Fuck you. Obviously, we already talked about that, so I'm gonna go on to Helsing. I fucking love Helsing. I cried when I watched Helsing. It's dark, it's gritty, it's got a fantastic story. It ain't that great, and the abridged is also fantastic. I recommend it. It's about fucking Alucard. It's Dracula himself being a vampire and killing other vampires, and there's Nazis, and it's great.
Sounds
I
sick.
have not.
Vampires, Nazis. I think the KKK's there. It's just a great anime.
I have not watched Hellsing.
That's a good, spread, Nazis, KKK, vampires.
Christians,
Big
the
titty
Catholic
police,
Church.
Vampires, the Catholic Church.
I have not
that makes
watched
sense,
all of
though.
Hellsing. I've seen a good amount of the abridged, but I plan on one of these Halloweens actually sitting through and watching all of Hellsing. I might actually read it now that I think about it. But like,
Nah, I'm gonna watch it.
it's very interesting to me, so I do need to actually get around to watching it or reading.
Have you watched Helsing?
I have not. I actually had it in a tab at one point in the past, and
We still all sit down and binge it together. It ain't that much.
no, it's
Halloween?
not. And I'm down to watch it. Physically, yes. Halloween, yes.
Nice. We'll do it. Well, yeah. All right. Next, Assassination Classroom.
Ask
I-
us.
This is. I just realized the next three animes: Record Ragnarok, Dragon Ball, and Tokyo Avengers. So essentially, this is my last anime we're talking about.
That's fair.
Alright. Assassination Classroom. I put this on here because I was going to put One Piece, but that was more of a call and steal, and I wanted to have something else to talk about. So, and I do really enjoy Assassination Classroom. I pulled it up one day, and I watched it, and it took a couple of days to watch. I think it's 2 seasons. It's just different. I just like it. I don't know what it is. It's just funny and it's just nice. It's about that boy, that yellow happy boy right there. He essentially, the story goes, is he blew up half the moon, and then he disappeared, and then he showed back up or something, and he said, "Hey yo, remember the moon? I'm gonna do that in next year, but to the Earth." Anyway, so if you let me teach a class, or they came to some agreement, and it's like, I will teach, quote unquote, teach this class, and they have to essentially attempt to kill me the whole year. And if they can kill me, good on ya, you know? That means the Earth doesn't blow up. If they can't kill me, guess what? I'm blowing the fucking Earth up. So it's weird, but it's really funny. It's like, yeah, it's really funny because he's just there teaching this class, and the whole time they're trying all these different tricks trying to kill him. Because what is it? Let me look this up because this is a very important.
I want to just talk for a second when you look that up. I didn't know that's what it's about, and I'm kind of glad I know that now because I was always kind of interested in it. I knew nothing about it. It's just all I knew was the name and the yellow guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would have been so fucking disappointed watching it because that sounds really dumb. And I probably still need to get around to watching it at some point, but like
Sounds
I thought it was just
very
like
dumb.
You need.
Yeah. Really?
I thought it was like, oh, a master assassin teaching other people to be assassins, and it's like, oh, well, maybe one of them tries to like kill him and betray him or something. But that sounds really fucking dumb.
I knew the premise of
He flies at Mach 20 speed, so that's what it was. So he's extremely quick. He's extremely intelligent, and he's essentially teaching the class how to kill him and make it so that they grow as assassins to defeat him. And if they want to grow up to be assassins, you know, that's their own thing. Because like I said, there's a story to it, there's twists to it, it's really good. There's a lot more to it than just that, but yeah, it's essentially he's teaching this class, and he's kind of teaching them how to kill him, and they're all trying to kill him and work together and go through all this shit to do it, and it's just a really enjoyable anime, and I suggest you at least check it out because I liked it a lot.
I think that's one of those things that I only watch with people. You know, sit down and watch it as a group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well.
You just think everything sounds dumb.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't watch things.
That's why you need to watch them, because you think it sounds dumb.
I feel like you said shit sounded dumb, and then you actually watched it and like, you know what, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
Probably. So, are we doing the video game
no,
on this
not
podcast?
tonight.
We want to do that. Okay, I was gonna say.
We leave it for
like,
next
that
one.
Might take a minute.
Well, the only reason the anime one ended so quickly is because the more ones we went through, we already had the same things. So it was like, oh, we don't really need to talk about these ones anymore.
Well,
it didn't end quickly. That's the thing.
When you think about like, when we go to the video game one, I guarantee you a lot of our video games are going to be different.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Absolutely, they're all going to be.
But I feel like we're probably gonna have less to say about it.
Absolutely not. I have a lot to say.
Fair enough.
Actually, you know what? Me and Colin might have a couple. Maybe probably a couple.
I'm currently in the process of playing The Witcher. I may need to change something around, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like me and David might have like 2 max in common.
That's what honestly, I was looking at my thing and I'm just like, yeah, 2 of them are probably on his list that are on my list.
Very nice. Mine are all going to be...
Mine are all Call of Duty. No, I'm just kidding.
Call of Duty World at War,
Call
of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty Modern
Black
Warfare
Ops 2,
3,
Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, Black Ops
2,
Cold
3,
War.
4, Cold War,
I think
Modern Warfare.
I will have a total of 1
Call of Duty Bad Red One.
total of everybody. Maybe 2.
Talus, I think I have a couple that you have. Maybe 1. I think I have 1 that you have on yours.
I think at least 1. But mine is way out.
I know.
Except for, like, a couple of them are like, okay, I expect this from you, Talis. The other ones are like, wow, I wasn't quite expecting that, Talis.
I know one of mine is very obvious, or even 2, and then one of them's gonna piss everybody off.
Why?
I hope so.
Just because of what it is.
Okay, that's fair.
Alright.
Undertale.
Alright, well, we will see you guys all later. I do indeed hope that you enjoyed this episode of the podcast. Special episode number 10, anime. Next week, video game.
Week after, no fucking clue.
No idea, you know? Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Oh yeah, we'll be back from the Hawaii trip. We're going to Hawaii in like 4 days.
Kawaii.
Yes, sir.
So when do you want to do the video game one then if we got Hawaii coming up?
Check us out on Twitter. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.